Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Star Penn. I am the Leaky Gut Coach, and I'm here to help you to reverse your child's juvenile arthritis with the methods that I teach within my program, the JIA Blueprint. So with that, please subscribe to my channel if this is your first time seeing me, and like my video, and by all means, share it out, because this way YouTube can understand really who it is that is interested in this content, and more people who are looking for this valuable information will be able to find it. So today what we're talking about is uveitis and juvenile arthritis. Now, if your child has juvenile arthritis, maybe they're already dealing with uveitis, or you've heard that this is something that could potentially go wrong. And you might be wondering, what is this? Like, what is this connection? Why does this joint disorder also have this connection to this eye disorder? Why are these things happening? So let's rewind it all the way back to the beginning to really what the root of all of this really is to begin with. Where is all of this inflammation coming from, and why is it attacking the joints? Why is it attacking the eyes? So what we really want to first lay as a foundation and understand is what autoimmunity really is, because in the modern era, so many people are suffering with different autoimmune diseases that, depending on where it takes place in the body, it seems to have gotten a name and a speciality. And so they seem like they're these compartmentalized things, but really it's all just one thing. Now, science is quickly, and has been for years, coming to the conclusion that there's a root cause of autoimmunity, and it is in the gut. A lot of times we think that when science is up on something, that the medical community is also up on something, but we want to remember that they're really not one and the same. They do run in tandem, but they're not one and the same. Okay. Scientists don't, have the same motivations as the medical community does. So they may not always see things the same way. But what science is discovering and understanding now is that the root and what's causing this autoimmunity is a permeable gut, which is like a leaky gut, which you probably have heard of before. And toxins are able to get outside of the gut lining and into the bloodstream and into the body. Now, our body is so beautifully and wonderfully made that we have these areas in our body that are, have collagen and fat. And what those parts of the body do is they're able to draw in those toxins. They kind of hide them from the immune system, because what the immune system wants to do is go after the toxins, right? Clean them out. It sees an invader, it goes after it. We know that because we've seen it when our child gets sick with a fever or something like that, or even with ourselves. But see, the thing is our children, they don't have a lot of fat on their body, do they? No, they don't. And so where is their fat? Their fatty collagen is in their joints. Another place that has a lot of fat in our child's body is the eye. Around the entire eye socket, surrounded by fatty tissue to protect it from the skull, and to keep our eye safe and away from, toxins and different things. Another fatty place in our children's body is their brain, but we're not going to talk about that today. But I do want you to start thinking about the connection between neurological issues that your child might be having and this issue that's going on in their gut. Maybe that set off a little light bulb for you. I hope so. But let's continue talking about the juvenile arthritis and the uveitis, right? So what's happening in the body is that these toxins are flooding into our child's body via the gut and lodging in their joints. And like I said, that's the way the body's made, beautifully made. In better circumstances, this would suffice to keep our child or anybody from getting seriously ill, because the fatty tissue would attract the toxins and hold on to it. The immune system would then be unaware of their presence in the body. And then the body also, with its beautiful detox pathways, would excrete these toxins gradually over time, and they would come into our body and out of our body. Our body would never even be the wiser, and we would be functioning just fine. So for us adults, the fatty parts of our body are holding a whole bunch of toxins in them. So yay to the fatty parts of our body, right? We can be thankful for that. But unfortunately, what, and maybe you're getting the point, what's creating the problem with our children and the uveitis and the juvenile arthritis is that it's not that JIA leads to uveitis. It's that there are invaders in the body. They are being absorbed by or attracted by the fatty tissues in the body. And one of those areas in the body that attract toxins are the eyes. Now, because of the fatty tissue that's protecting the eye, that tissue just as naturally is like a magnet for toxins. Okay. So again, this should be all good and normal, but the problem, I'm going to go back, is the issue with the gut, because this is a never ending outpouring of toxins into the gut. So eventually their bodies are just overloaded. Their bodies are overloaded with toxins. They can no longer absorb anymore. And then that's when it gets the attention of the immune system. It's because of this outpouring, right? The immune system is now like, oh, I have a job to do. I need to go after that toxin. And when it does, we see inflammation. And since the gut is very rarely addressed in a proper way, these toxins keep pouring out. So once the immune system becomes aware of the issue, it never stops because the toxins never stop. And then there's the added issue with our JIA kids. Their detox pathways have become sluggish because of all these toxins that we didn't know were there. And so their liver is slow, their gallbladder is slow, and it's like a halting of this process that should be taking place naturally. So that's why it may seem counterintuitive. The problem might be in the eye, the problem might be in the joint, but we need to address the gut. We need to seal it so no more toxins are getting out anymore. That needs to be project number one, seal it. Then there's other work to do. We need to heal the damage that's been done. We need to remove these invaders in the gut that are, wreaking havoc, causing problems. We need to rebuild the gut. But again, it is so much more than that, right? Because the issue's in the joints, isn't it? So we definitely need to start at the root. We need to create a really fine foundation, right? And start at the root. And so that way we can stop the future of not just more toxins in the eyes and more toxins in the joints, but other organs and tissues. Because if we don't stop it at the root, it's never ending. Even if we were to take some sort of a medication or supplement that stops the inflammation, that could feel good, that could be good. But what about the root? What about what's happening in the body? Because now these toxins are going to find other tissues and other organs to reside in, and then it's only a matter of time until the immune system recognizes those toxins over there and goes after them over there, and then we're diagnosed with another autoimmune disorder. So you see how this snowballs. So if your child was, born with maybe some sort of eczema, skin sensitivity, or asthma, all these little things, allergies, things that we think are kind of benign that are going to pass. This was just the beginning of it gradually building up and just these toxins spreading all throughout the body. So I hope, what I really hope from this video is that you start to understand what autoimmunity is. That it is just one thing. It's not all these different things. It's just this one thing, has one root cause and one solution that takes a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but we need to get it handled at the base level. So that way, either we can start to reverse what's going on with our child's joint and their eyes, and hopefully, if the toxins haven't gotten to their eyes, that we can turn these things around before it even starts. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and share this information with anybody who you think it would benefit. And I will see you again on another video. Thank you.